Today we are going to focus on synonyms and antonyms, which is part of the Lexis and Structure section in every English language exam. I have carefully selected the most recurring words in WAEC, NECO, and JAMB exams. Now let's get right into the lesson. 1. Insolvent. The word insolvent means to be unable to pay debts that you owe, to be bankrupt, to be broke, to be poor, that you're unable to pay what you owe. So if someone says that an institution or a person is insolvent, the person is simply saying that the person is poor and can't afford to pay what he or she owes or what the institution owes. The synonyms are bankrupt, broke, poor, and the antonyms are prosperous, wealthy, affluent. Synonyms means words that are close in meaning, and antonyms means words that are opposite in meaning. Now let's use the word in a sentence. The new bank is fast becoming insolvent. The new bank is fast becoming insolvent. What the sentence is saying is that the new bank is running out of funds, or that the new bank is becoming poor and may not be able to pay their customers. 2. Deterrent. Deterrent. The word deterrent means a thing that discourages someone from doing something. A thing that discourages someone from doing something. For example, corporal punishment is meant to be a deterrent to indiscipline. Corporal punishment is meant to be a deterrent to indiscipline. And the synonyms are hindrance, hitch, discouragement. And the words that are opposite in meaning to deterrent are help, spur, permissive. 3. Amass. Amass. The word amass means to gather together or accumulate a large amount of something over a period of time. To gather something together or accumulate a large amount of something over a period of time. For example, all the wealth amassed by greedy fathers is often squandered by undisciplined children. All the wealth amassed by greedy fathers is often squandered by undisciplined children. Synonyms are gather, accumulate, garner. Gather, accumulate, garner. Antonyms are disperse, disperse, scatter. Disperse, disperse, scatter. The next one, 4, mitigate. The word mitigate means to make something bad less severe, serious, or painful. To make something that is bad less severe, serious, or painful. For example, the arrival of the riot police did not mitigate the tension. The arrival of the riot police did not mitigate the tension. What the sentence is saying that the arrival of the riot police did not lessen the tension. It did not make the tension to be less serious. The words that have closest meaning to the word mitigate are alleviate, ease, reduce, alleviate, ease, reduce. And the words that are opposite in meaning to the word mitigate are damage, destroy, ruin, damage, destroy, ruin. Next word we look at is impeccable. Impeccable. The word impeccable means something that is perfect, something that is faultless, something that doesn't have fault at all, something that is in accordance with the highest standard, something that is of high standard, of highest standard, that is impeccable. For example, I think his essay is impeccable. I think his essay is impeccable. What the sentence is saying is that his essay is perfect, is faultless, is of the highest standard. Now, the synonyms are perfect, flawless, excellent. Perfect, flawless, excellent, and the antonyms are imperfect, flawed, and faulty. Imperfect, flawed, and faulty. Next one, scrupulous. Scrupulous. The word scrupulous means to be careful, thorough, and extremely attentive to details. To be careful, thorough, and extremely attentive to details is used referring to a person who is careful, who is thorough, and attentive to details. For example, David is not only hardworking, but also scrupulous. The sentence is saying that David is not only hardworking, but he is also careful, extremely attentive to details, and thorough in his work. Synonyms are honest, painstaking, and meticulous. Antonyms are dishonest, careless, and unscrupulous. Dishonest, careless, and unscrupulous. Next word we are going to consider is trivial. Trivial. The word trivial means not important. Something that is not important, something that is irrelevant. For example, Halima likes to dwell on trivial matters. Halima likes to dwell on trivial matters. What the sentence means is that Halima likes to dwell on matters that are irrelevant, matters that are not important. Synonyms are immaterial, meaningless, irrelevant, and antonyms are important, essential, and relevant. Important, essential, and relevant. The next one is revamp. Revamp. The word revamp means to make something look better by making changes on it or by working on it. To improve the look of something by working on it, by making some changes on it. For example, my father recently revamped his car. My father recently revamped his car. What the sentence is saying is that my father recently worked on his car and improved the look of his car. My father recently improved the look of his car by working on it. Now let's look at the next word, gullible. The word gullible means to be naive, to be trusting, not to know much, to easily believe people. That's what it means to be gullible. For example, the gullible usually fall prey to tricksters. The gullible usually fall prey to tricksters. What the sentence is saying is that the gullible, the naive ones, usually fall prey to tricksters. People who are too trusting usually fall prey to tricksters. Naive, credulous, foolish. Naive, credulous, foolish. And antonyms, words that are opposite in meaning, are astute, discerning, and wise. Astute, discerning, and wise. The next one is repulsive. Repulsive. The word repulsive means to arouse intense distaste or disgust. To arouse deep distaste or disgust. For example, snakes are repulsive animals. That means snakes are animals that cause disgust, deep disgust or distaste. They are animals that you do not want to see because they deeply disgust you. Synonyms are disgusting, offensive, abhorrent, and antonyms are attractive, delightful, and beautiful. The next word is purposeful. Purposeful. The word purposeful means to be determined, to be resolute, to be strong-willed, to be determined, to be resolute, to be resolved about something. For example, he is purposeful in his pursuit of a career. He is purposeful in his pursuit of a career. What the sentence is saying is that he is determined, he is resolute in his pursuit of a career. Synonyms are determined, strong-willed, bent. Determined, strong-willed, bent. And antonyms are aimless, irresolute, and wanting. Aimless, irresolute, and wanting. The next one is ambiguous. Ambiguous. The word ambiguous means unclear, not well seen. If you say something is ambiguous, that means the thing is not clear. You cannot see the thing very well. For example, his explanation is ambiguous, which makes it difficult to comprehend. His explanation is ambiguous, which makes it difficult to comprehend. What the sentence is saying is that the explanation is unclear. You do not understand it because it's unclear. Synonyms are opaque, unclear, enigmatic. Opaque, unclear, enigmatic, and antonyms are clear, certain, definite. Clear, certain, definite. The next word is jumble. Jumble. The word jumble means to mix things together in untidy manner or a confused manner. To mix things together in untidy and confused manner. For example, the books in the library are jumbled. The books in the library are jumbled. This sentence means that the books in the library are not arranged. They are mixed up in a confused and untidy manner. Now, let's look at the synonyms. Synonyms are disorganize, disorganize, disorder, disarrange. Antonyms are organize, order, and arrange. The next one is inordinate. Inordinate. The word inordinate means excessive, much more than expected. For example, his dream of becoming the SUG president in first year is quite inordinate. His dream of becoming the SUG president in first year is quite inordinate. The sentence is saying that his dream of becoming the SUG president in first year is excessive, is much more than expected. Now let's look at the synonyms. The synonyms are excessive, undue, unreasonable. Excessive, undue, unreasonable. The antonyms are moderate, logical, reasonable. Moderate, logical, reasonable. Then the next one, abhor. Abhor. To abhor means to hate. To hate a kind of behavior or a kind of thinking. To abhor simply means to hate. For example, most people abhor nagging. Most people abhor nagging. Sentence means that most people hate nagging. Now let's look at the synonyms. The synonyms are hate, hate, scorn, loathe. The antonyms are admire, cherish, like. Next is the word gracious. Gracious. The word gracious means to be courteous, kind, and pleasant towards somebody of lower social status. To be kind and pleasant to someone whom you feel that you are bigger than or you have a higher social status than that person. For example, I hope the principal would be gracious enough to forgive us. I hope the principal will be gracious enough to forgive us. This sentence simply means that you hope the principal would forgive you or be pleasant enough or kind enough to forgive you. Now let's look at the synonyms. Cordial, hospitable, sociable. Cordial, hospitable, sociable. And in the antonyms we have rude, crabby, ill-mannered. Then the next one, grateful. To be grateful means to feel or show gratitude. Is a feeling or showing of gratitude. For example, she has always been grateful that you saved her from kidnappers. She has always been grateful that you saved her from kidnappers. What the sentence is saying is that she has always been grateful or she has always shown gratitude or felt gratitude that you saved her from kidnappers. Now let's look at the synonyms. The next one is unprecedented. Unprecedented. The word unprecedented is used in referring to something that is unusual, something that has never happened before. It's used in referring to something that is unusual or something that has never happened before. For example, the governor's visit is an unprecedented event in the history of the club. The governor's visit is an unprecedented event in the history of the club. What the sentence is saying is that the governor's visit is unusual and has not happened before in the history of the club. Now, let's look at the synonyms. Synonyms are extraordinary, remarkable, unusual, extraordinary, remarkable, unusual, and antonyms are ordinary, common, and regular. Ordinary, common, and regular. The last one is ignoble. Ignoble. The word ignoble means not honorable, not something to be proud of. If you say something is ignoble, that means that thing is not honorable, something that is not noble, something that you are not proud of. For example, our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played in the matter. Our principal took exception to the ignoble role the teacher played in the matter. The sentence means that our principal took exception to the dishonorable role that the teacher played in the matter. Now let's look at the synonyms. Contemptible, contemptible, abject, low. Antonyms: dignified, honorable, noble. Dignified, honorable, noble. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time in another video. Bye for now.